I'll tell her the Magna Carta, as was signed at the Baron's command, on Runningmead Island in middle of Thames by King John, as were known as Lapland. Some say it were wrong of the barons, their will on the king so to thrust. But you'll see, if you look at both sides of the case, he had to do something, or bust. For John, when the moment they crowned him, started acting so cunning and sly. Being king, of course, he couldn't do wrong, but by gum he'd a proper good try. He squandered the ratepayers' money. All their cattle and corn did he take, till there wasn't a morsel of bread in the land, and the folk had to manage on cake. Well, the way he behaved to young Arthur went to show as his feelings was bad. He tried to get Hubert to poke out his eyes, which is no way to treat a young lad. It were all right in being a tyrant to vassals and folks of that class, but he tried on his tricks with the barons and all, and that's where he made a faux pas. Well, he started bombarding their castles and burning them over their head, till there wasn't enough castles left to go round, and he had to sleep 6 in a bed. So they went to the king in a body, and their spokesman, a Fitzwalter by name, he opened the hole in his helmet and said, conciliatory like, "What's your game?" Well, the king starts to shilly and shally. He sits and he haws and he hums, till the barons in rage started gnashing their teeth, and then with no teeth gnashed their gums. Said Fitz through the hole in his helmet, "It was you as put us in this plight." And the king, having nothing to say to this, murmured, "Leave your address and I'll write." Well, this angered the gallant Fitzwalter, but he stamped on the floor with his foot, and was starting to give John a ticking off, when the hole in his helmet fell shut. "We'll get him a Magna Carta," said Fitz, when his face he had freed. Said the barons, "That's right, and if one's not enough, get a couple, and happen they'll breed." So they set about making a charter. When it finished, they got it drawn up. Well, it looked like a paper on cattle disease, or the entries for Waterloo Cup. Next day, King John, all unsuspecting, and having an afternoon free, to Runningmead Island, had taken a boot and were having some shrimps for his tea. Well, it just pulled the head off a big un, and were pinching its tail with his thumb, when up came a barge load of barons who said, "We thought you'd be here, so we've come." When they told him they'd brought Magna Carta, the king seemed to go all kind of limp, but minding his manners, he took off his hat and said, "Thanks very much, have a shrimp." "You'd best sign at once," said Fitzwalter. "If you don't, I'll tell thee for a start. The next coronation will happen quite soon, and you won't be there to take part." So they spread the charter out on the tea table, and John signed his name like a lamb. His writing in places was sticky and thick through dipping his pen in a jam. And it's through that there Magna Carta, as was signed by the barons of old, that in England today we can do what we like, as long as we do what we're told.